Visiting New York City on a budget? Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
In this video, I'm going to be uncovering 25 amazing experiences that won't cost you a penny. From insider tips to local secrets, we are spilling all the tea on how to be in New York City without emptying your wallet. So locals, visitors, get ready to revolutionize your New York City game. Did you know at the New York Public Library, you can actually take free classes here in addition to all the typical benefits you get with a library? They have all different types of classes from career development to even learning Mandarin Chinese. Yeah, that's right. I actually took a class on that and we learned a bit of Chinese. We even learned calligraphy and it was completely free. They have locations all throughout New York so you can really see all the different classes they offer. And in addition to that, if you go to this one right here, they actually have a museum inside that's completely free as well, and they offer guided walking tours inside. There's just so much going on at the New York Public Library. New York is home to some of the most prestigious museums in the world, but sometimes the price does not feel very accessible. They have high ticket costs. You just never really know what you're getting into. However, the good news is most museums in the city have either free admission days or ways to get in for discounted or free rates. Here are some of the most popular museums and the days you can get in for free. However, I will put on screen rolling right now all the other museums so you can screenshot this anytime to get more info. Museum of Modern Art, the MoMA, very famous. First Friday of every month, that's free. The Brooklyn Museum, which is super cool. It is in Brooklyn, but let's be real, there's more boroughs in New York than Manhattan. A lot of visitors don't ever explore outside boroughs. Brooklyn's awesome, and the Brooklyn Museum is one of my favorites. The first Saturday of every month, that is free to get in. The Guggenheim Museum, which has really beautiful architecture, that is pay what you wish on Saturdays. And the Bronx Museum of Art, which is another really nice art museum. Guess what? Free all the time. If any of my local New Yorkers are watching, I have another hack for you. You see this? This is called the NYC ID. If you live in New York City, you will qualify to get one of these. And my goodness, it is life-changing. Essentially, this will allow you to get into pretty much any museum in the city and many other things for free or heavily discounted. I'm talking free museums, discounted Broadway shows, discounted movie tickets, discounted attractions. This card gave me an annual membership at the MoMA. Annual. And all of the zoos in New York City. Annual memberships, free. Sign up for it. It's a game changer. That it's only relevant though if you have a New York City residency. So just keep that in mind. I'm here at the Highline, another great free thing to do here in the city. This is actually an old rail line that's been transformed into a park. And you can walk along it from 30th Street all the way down 10th Avenue to Gansevoort. It's about, I would say, 20-ish blocks. It's a beautiful walk filled with art and flowers and plants, all native to the area. What I think is really cool is they maintain that authenticity of the old rail line. So right here we have the walking path, right? Which, by the way, is super accessible. Great for strollers, great for wheelchair accessibility. So anyone can do this. There's also elevators. You can see the old rail lines right here. And this used to be used to ship all different types of things around the city back in the early days of the 1900s. There's a lot of interesting history in New York, and this is certainly one of them. I encourage you just to take a stroll along it. If you walk from Hudson Yards, which is where it starts, to Gansevoort, that's the meatpacking industry, and that is a really cool area to explore as well. Again, completely for free. Waterfront dining can be really expensive here in the city. However, one of my favorite hacks is to gather up the picnic supplies and head to one of our piers that have absolutely amazing views. There are a few piers I recommend for that. One is Pier 17 that has great views of the Brooklyn Bridge. Another one is this one. This is Pier 35, and what makes this pier unique is its swings. And Pier 35, you get a beautiful view of the Manhattan Bridge and then the Brooklyn Bridge right behind it, as well as the city skyline. And they don't just have these fun little swings. If you come over here, they actually have these little bar stools, and you can just you know, grab your food, sit right there and look out at the view. I mean, it's just absolutely lovely, and I highly recommend doing this. It's a great way to have a free meal that feels really expensive. The Vessel is a honeycomb structure here in Hudson Yards, which is a luxury shopping center and eatery area. You have a lot of restaurants inside. You can actually visit this, climb up to the top. It's about 150 feet tall with 2,500 stairs. So this is a workout, you guys. All you gotta do is sign up for a slot, completely free to get in. You can see the views. It's pretty cool. This was opened in 2020 and they just reopened it because it had been closed and opened multiple times. There's always something going on here, so you really never know what you're gonna get. If you're visiting New York City on a budget, you don't wanna be stuck with this mistake that so many travelers face, and that is getting high roaming charges. Whenever I go to another country, I always get an eSIM because it allows me to stay connected and navigate my way through the city, plus stay in touch with loved ones and post on social media, because let's be real, if you didn't post on Instagram, did it even happen? That's why I use Olafly. Olafly has the best unlimited data eSIMs. Now, if you're unfamiliar what an eSIM is, it's a digital SIM card that allows you to get unlimited 5G data in over 200 countries around the world. I've been using Olafly in countries all over the world, and they are absolutely fantastic. And as a bonus for you, I have a promo code to save 5% using code SARAHFUNKY. So add that in when you get the card. It's a super cheap price. I think it's around $25 for 5 days of unlimited 5G data. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. You're not gonna find a better deal than that, trust me. Olafly is the best. Check them out and save your money, because who doesn't like to save money, am I right? All right, let's get to the next free thing to do. When you're visiting here, one of the most important pieces of our history in New York City is here. It is the 9/11 Memorial, and it's completely free to visit. So we very much encourage you to come visit, to pay your respects, to learn a little bit about what went on here on September 11, 2001. This is the day that 2,996 people lost their lives. And to kind of remember them, this entire plaza was created, and there's a meaning throughout this entire plaza. Every single aspect of it is very carefully designed. The most notable thing are the reflection pools right here. They're called reflecting absence. It was designed by an architect named Michael Arid. There are 2 levels, a waterfall that goes 30 feet down, and then in the center, there's another waterfall that goes 20 feet down, but it's impossible to see the bottom. And that's because it would be impossible to fill the void of where the Twin Towers once stood and all the lives lost. And that's what you're meant to interpret when you're looking at this. Now, around the edge of the pool, you're going to see the names of all of the people that died on September 11th. And they were grouped with their coworkers. You'll see things like this, Rescue 4. So this was a group of firemen that died. It's with their friends, their coworkers, and they kind of put them together. It's not in alphabetical order. If you're looking for a specific name, there's actually little kiosks that will help point you in the right direction of where to find your loved ones. And one of the things that I think is really special that they do every single day is if it is the person's birthday that's on the memorial, they'll put a white rose in their name. So you'll notice there's some white roses scattered throughout, and that means it's that person's birthday. So very special place. My one piece of advice is please don't take smiling selfie shots here. It's very disrespectful because essentially this is like a graveyard, a memorial. Just like you wouldn't take smiling selfies at the Holocaust Memorial, you wouldn't take it here. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes you see people do that, and I don't think they mean to offend, but it's just something we really don't appreciate. But other than that, it's really beautiful. So definitely come take it in, pay your respects. There are tons of outdoor street fairs here in New York that are completely free to attend. Of course, if you're gonna buy something, then you have to spend some money. But sometimes it's worth just walking through it and taking a look. A lot of the time they'll have all different types of cool souvenirs you can buy, like from locally made jewelry to candles to clothing, even little trinkets and things. And then they also have tons of food. We're at a street fair here at Hudson Yards right now, and just taking a look at this, we got food from all over the world. And that's one of the things that I love about New York City. It's so diverse that the food scene here is unbelievable. And some of the best food you'll find at street fairs. We are checking out one of my favorite free things to do in New York City during the summer, and it is Broadway in the Park. You can see it right behind me. And all summer, they actually have different shows that happen different days of the week. Right now, we have Moulin Rouge, which is one of my favorite Broadway shows. If you're looking for the best Broadway shows, I recommend Moulin Rouge. I recommend The Lion King, Book of Mormon, Wicked. All of them are amazing. And you get a sneak peek for free, which is normally like a $150 ticket, right here at Broadway in the Park. They normally do this on Thursdays, but check the schedule. You can find that at the Bryant Park website. In addition to free concerts and Broadway shows at Bryant Park, you'll also find free concerts here at Backyard at Hudson Yards all summer long. There's many different venues throughout the city that offer free concerts. This one's great. Plus, you have cool views of the vessel. If you are visiting New York City and you are overwhelmed with all the things to do here, please get my free 3-day itinerary. It will be linked below. There are no strings attached to this. Literally, it's a PDF where I consolidated what I think are the coolest things to do while you're here in New York into a cohesive 3-day guide so that you can simply follow along and not have to think about anything. Isn't that what vacation's about after all? In addition to that, if you want to learn more about New York, maybe you want to try the food scene, maybe you want to learn history, please join my New York City tours at Funky Experiences. We offer a wide range of tours all across New York, and they are award-winning. We have won TripAdvisor's Best of the Best award for the last 4 years in a row, so I guarantee you will have an amazing time. And I highly recommend you do our food tour. I like to call that one a walking lunch. Essentially, you're gonna get 5 dishes from award-winning restaurants from all different types of food around the city and get amazing views of the city and learn a little bit about the history. It's a perfect combination and the perfect day. You want to work out, but you don't want to pay a $400 monthly fee at Equinox. I don't blame you. I don't either. And that's what's cool about the city. There is free workout classes. One of my favorite places to take a free workout class is here at Bryant Park. They offer all different types of workout classes, from more, low-key relaxation style like yoga to more intense like a boot camp or martial arts. You can also learn Tai Chi here, and they offer dance classes. You can check out all of this information on their website at Bryant Park, and they'll give you the times. So just make sure to read what you need to bring. I know for the yoga classes, they do recommend you bring your own mat because they're not going to supply you with that. But it's free. I mean, how cool is that? So definitely check that out to get your fitness on. Visit the city's free public outdoor art. Now, if you're an art lover, you are in luck, because since New York City is so incredibly artistic and creative, you will find amazing free art throughout all of the boroughs. There are 2 main places that I really love to find this artwork. The first one is here. This is the Highline, and today they have cool art like the one you see behind me. However, this does change seasonally. So if you're visiting and you don't see this, don't be surprised. That's actually one of the really interesting things about it, because they constantly are changing up the art, featuring different local artists. The second place I really recommend seeing incredible art is Bushwick, Brooklyn, and this is definitely more street art. So if you're into beautiful murals, paintings, graffiti type art, that's where to go. Bushwick, Brooklyn is definitely a trip. If you're staying in Manhattan, it's going to be probably like 45 minutes to get there. But it's so worth it if you want to see some of the best street art in the world. There are so many free movies in New York City in about 13 different parks throughout the entire city, all the different boroughs. One of the most popular ones is here in Bryant Park, and right where you see that stage actually is for Broadway in the park right now. They have a movie pop-up that happens, and this normally runs from July to August, although select parks in the city sometimes run all the way to September. They do all different movies, and it's a lot of fun. Visiting New York City while it's hot outside, did you know there are a ton of free public pools here? Now, some of you may be thinking, that's disgusting, I am not going in a public pool. Listen, I thought the same until I went to the McAllen pool in Williamsburg, and my goodness, it was one of the cleanest pools I've ever seen and completely free to get into. And I have put together a little map for you, which I'll put on screen right now and also link below so that you can figure out where to go. These are all open during the warmer months of the year. Generally, they'll open sometime between May and September. So keep that in mind. And who doesn't love free swimming? One of the lucky things about many of the free things to do here in New York is those iconic sightseeing moments are often free. And you'll get that here at the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the Brooklyn Bridge is the second bridge behind me. The first one is the Manhattan Bridge. You can walk right across the Brooklyn Bridge. It's a little bit over a mile. And I recommend walking from the Brooklyn side to the Manhattan side. And the reason I recommend this is because then you are looking at the New York City skyline as you're crossing the bridge. And it's completely free to cross it. A lot of people forget that Manhattan is actually an island and the ocean surrounds us, which means there are beaches here in New York City. Kind of crazy concept because you don't think of New York City as a beach destination, but we have really great free public beaches. There are several of them. My favorite has to be the beach at Rockaway. It's the cleanest one and it's where you can do surfing. However, there are several other beaches that you should check out and I will put them on screen on this map right here that you're seeing. I'll also link that below so that if you want to explore the multiple free public beaches in the area, then you can do that. There's one time a year that we all get to have some benefits, and that is our birthday, of course. And in New York City, there are some perks if it is your birthday, and you need to remember these because they are really cool. The first one is QC Spa will allow you to go to their spa on Governor's Island and get in for free, enjoy their pool, which overlooks the city skyline. The only detail you need to keep in mind here is you must go with a paying guest, and you need to go Monday to Friday, 7 days before or after your birthday, essentially. That's the window of opportunity. And their spas are the best. They have tons of saunas, different steam rooms, different experiences. It's absolutely lovely. The other benefit that you need to remember, if you are a sushi lover like me, check out Sugarfish. On your birthday, if you have been to Sugarfish, which is a great Japanese restaurant, by the way, 2 times that year, you will be able to get a free box of sushi on your birthday. I mean, sushi spa? That's like a dream for me. So remember it next time it's your birthday here in New York. You want to see a TV show, you don't have to pay for it here because a lot of TV shows just need people to fill their audience. And to get access to your favorite TV shows, you can do that through 1iota. I've done this many times to get to cool things like we saw the Colbert Show, you can see SNL, you can see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting, all through 1iota. Just put your information in and request the dates that you're interested in, and they'll reach out and tell you if you got tickets. Completely for free, and also such a fun thing that you can really only do in New York, because some of these TV shows are only taped in New York. So why not see it while you're here? Did you know that there are 7 zoos in New York City? And there are ways to get into them for free. For example, the Bronx Zoo, which I think is the best one, it's definitely the largest, has the most variety of different animals. That is free every Wednesday. So add that one to your calendar. Now, speaking to my NYC residents, let's go back to this, the NYC ID card. If you have this, you can get free annual memberships at all of the zoos in the city. Free. So this is amazing if you have kids. I have a 3-year-old and one on the way, as you can see, and I use this all the time. If you're looking to save money in your wallet, add Wednesdays free at the Bronx Zoo to your calendar and apply for an NYC ID card because you will not regret it. Little Island is one of the most unique floating parks you'll see anywhere on the planet. It's supposed to represent a floating leaf on the water. And behind me, you can see 280 different tulips of concrete that hold up the structure. There's so much to do on here, from free concerts to workshops. They have food. They have art installations, and all of it is completely for free. Plus, there's some really cool history right at the entrance. If you look over this way, you'll see a rusty gate. That rusty gate was originally where the Titanic was supposed to land if it hadn't sunk in the ocean. And it's still here today, welcoming you to Little Island. Check this out. It's very close to Pier 57, which has a brand new food hall, so you can get some food there too if you'd like. You can do free kayaking here at Brooklyn Bridge Park. They offer this program May through September on their Pier 2. It's Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in their park. You get to go out on the water, have about a 20-minute session. You can even learn how to kayak if you're brand new to it. This is a great opportunity just to test it out. Or if you're more advanced and just want to kayak in New York with the skyline, I mean, the views are unbelievable. I've done this before and absolutely loved it. So I encourage you, if you are more adventurous and open to this type of thing, I highly recommend doing it. Kayaking is just so fun. New York City is filled with many little islands, Manhattan being the most famous, but one of the other ones that you should check out is Governor's Island. And this island has tons of really cool free things to do there. You can bike around it. You can go to their lavender field. They even have a garden there. If you're coming during Halloween, they do an amazing autumn festival where you can see pumpkins, there's face painting, there's all types of kids activities, all for free, all while you're getting epic views of the New York City skyline right behind you because of its position in front of Manhattan. You take the Governor's Island ferry to get here. That does cost around, I believe it's like $3, but it might be free on select days. I would check their website. It's a great time all around, especially if you have kids. And if you're into history, they even have some old Navy bases there that you can check out. And remember my tip earlier about the free QC spa? Well, QC Spa is located on Governor's Island, so while you're going there to the spa, check out the other things that you can do on Governor's Island as well. Behind me is a brand new attraction here in New York. It's called the Portal, and if you've always wanted to go to Dublin but haven't gone yet, this is your connection to Dublin. Now, the Portal does a live cam connection between New York City and Dublin, so you can say hi to your friends in Dublin and they can say hi right back to you in real time. It's super cool, and this is gonna be open through fall of 2024. They've had to change some rules since they started. So you can see behind me, it says Portal is asleep back at 8 a.m. My guess is they had to turn it off at night because drunk people. That's my hypothesis. I may be wrong, but I have heard that they do have to have like a security guard here to prevent people from doing inappropriate things in live time. Regardless, it's really cool. So come here ideally early in the day so that you can see the live action going on.
Central Park, a sprawling oasis in the heart of Manhattan, is an absolute must-visit free attraction for anyone exploring New York. This iconic urban park is not only a picturesque escape from the city's bustling streets, but also a treasure trove of fascinating history waiting to be discovered. To help you make the most of your visit, I created 2 free video tours that guide you through the park's top sites, including Strawberry Fields, the Central Park Zoo, the fairy tale-like Belvedere Castle, the expansive lawns, serene lakes, and much more. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned New Yorker, these tours will help you uncover the hidden gems and stories that make Central Park a truly special place in the Big Apple. I'm going to link that below for your convenience. Experience the iconic Statue of Liberty up close without spending a dime by hopping aboard the Staten Island Ferry, a free 30-minute ride that offers stunning views of Lady Liberty and the New York Harbor. As you sail towards Staten Island, keep your eyes peeled to the right for a glimpse of the statue, and don't forget to look on your left during your return journey for another photo opportunity. While this quick trip provides a great snapshot, those seeking a more immersive experience might prefer the classic Harbor Line cruise, which allows for an extended viewing time and better photo angles of this American symbol. For an even more comprehensive adventure, I recommend their Statue and Skyline cruise, which not only showcases Lady Liberty, but also treats you to breathtaking views of the Manhattan skyline. I'll link the tickets below.
So that's it. Those are 25 ways to crush New York City like a pro. And remember, none of these cost a penny. So get out there and start experiencing it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out my other videos on visiting New York City. I'll see you soon. Bye.